Howdy pals, today we're diving into Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Buckle up darlings, because this one's going to be, well, fine. Not brilliant, not dreadful, just fine. Like that trusty old pair of trainers you've had for years. Reliable, comfy, but not exactly the sort of thing you'd flaunt on Instagram. So, where to begin? It's a fun, inoffensive little adventure, the kind of show you can watch with your tea and biscuits without worrying about choking on rage. Surprisingly, it steered clear of the modern Star Wars habit of hitting you over the head with deep messages and left identity politics at the door.
No way.
For that alone, I'd send them a polite thank you note written on monogrammed stationery, naturally. The cast, likeable enough, they bounced off each other well, and Jude Law, our star, understood the assignment. No grandstanding, no dramatics, he simply delivered. Think of him as a chef who serves you a perfectly decent steak, nothing Michelin-starred, but you won't be complaining to the manager. And what a story it was. Space pirates, treasure hunts, cool aliens, and daring escapades. It even managed to sneak in a charming message about embracing differences without making me want to rinse my soul with Dettol. If Skeleton Crew were a restaurant, it'd be a quaint little village pub, you know the type. Cozy, a tad old-fashioned, serving simple, unpretentious grub that goes nicely with a pint. You'd leave thinking, not bad that, might pop in again sometime. By normal standards, this would be a win for Star Wars. Not an epic win, mind you, but a modest one, a decent little show that didn't enrage anyone, did what it was supposed to, and then exited gracefully. It even proved that Star Wars doesn't need Jedi or lightsabers or endless nostalgia bait to work. Imagine that, a show families could watch together without feeling they'd wasted half an hour of their lives. An achievement, really, given the state of the franchise. But there's a problem, darlings. Nobody bloody watched it. Nielsen streaming data shows it debuted with the lowest viewership of any Star Wars series to date. Only 380 million minutes streamed in its first week, less than The Acolyte, the previous record holder for worst Star Wars reception ever. It didn't even crack Disney's top 10 originals chart. Why? Well, let's point the finger, shall we? First up, The Acolyte. That disaster didn't just crash, it set fire to the Star Wars brand and then gleefully danced on the ashes. It epitomized everything people despise about modern Star Wars: dreadful writing, uninspired acting, identity politics, and showrunners with questionable priorities.
You just have to have the confidence to walk in there and pretend like you know how to do it. I'm telling you guys, like, the truth. Like, that's how I made my first film, was that I was like, I know what's going on. I didn't at all. And I think it shows in the movie.
Unsurprisingly, the fallout tarnished anything that followed, including Skeleton Crew. Another issue, no particular draw. Jude Law is fabulous, of course, but hardly a magnet for the target audience of Skeleton Crew. And the show's original characters, while commendably non-reliant on nostalgia, simply didn't have the star power to lure fans clinging to their Darth Vader plushies. The truth is, Star Wars is a dying brand. Its reputation is battered, its fan base cynical, and its projects struggle for relevance. Look at Andor, arguably the best Star Wars series Disney has produced, mature, intelligent, beautifully crafted. And yet it too disappeared into obscurity. Why? Because fans only seem to respond to the cheap dopamine hit of 40-year-old characters like Luke or Vader. If Star Wars were a healthy, thriving brand, fans would embrace new stories with enthusiasm, but it's not. And there you have it, darlings. Another nail in the coffin of a galaxy far, far away. Maybe one day the tossers in the writer's room will finally get their act together and remember what made Star Wars magic in the first place. Until then, keep your expectations in check and your popcorn ready. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Until next time, stay chic, stay tech-savvy, and most importantly, stay tuned for more exciting content here on Chick Tech Spotlight. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content coming your way real soon.